We've got a lot of cases where we've gone in and the bank says that they have X and their accounting software says they have Y, and it ends up being Z.
Hello, I'm Michelle Vosco. I'm here with John Neal. We're of the Neal Group. We are accountants and tax preparers, and we help businesses. So we are going to talk today a little bit about a year-end financial checklist for business owners. And John's going to help me out. John, what should every business owner be double checking before the end of the year?
The biggest thing that they should be checking is where their books are, what shape their books are in. Right. Many are very good at keeping up to date. We help them and kind of keep on top of them to make sure that they're up to date. For those people who are behind because they're so busy in their business, we can help them get their books up to date so we can know where they are and maybe do some planning.
Is there anything specific they should be double checking besides just making sure their books are up to date?
I think one of the biggest things is their bank account. Is it reconciled?
Very true.
We've got a lot of cases where we've gone in and the bank says that they have X and their accounting software says they have Y, and it ends up being Z.
Yeah, that happens a lot, actually. It does happen quite a few times. So how can reviewing financials now lead to better tax outcomes in the spring?
By looking at where you are now, you know if you can do anything to improve your situation. Buying things, deferring income, maybe the best plan is to do nothing, but we can help you decide that.
Yeah, because it is December, and we want to see people before the end of the year, because once the calendar flips, you can't change it.
Yeah.
Right? So why is reconciling the accounts and organizing records before year end so important? I think you might have touched on it a little bit, but it's just, maybe like you just said, bank reconciliations. You want to make sure your cash is correct. You want to make sure you've recorded all of your loan interest correctly. Your loan balances need to be accurate. If your balance sheet matches all outside sources, then your income statement is correct.
That's what your philosophy is.
That's right. That is my philosophy. And it does work. Are there any tax saving opportunities that disappear once the calendar switches? Like I just said, come in December, come see us now.
Yeah. Since most taxpayers are on what's called a cash basis method of accounting, you have to, in essence, spend the money by December 31st in order to deduct it this year. There are certain things that you can do, like if you put an expense on your credit card, it becomes deductible when it was posted to the credit card account, not necessarily when you pay it in January or February. So that's some planning detail that a lot of people aren't aware of. As long as checks are postmarked by December 31st, they're deductible, whether the person that you're sending it to or not cashes the check. And then one of the things that can be important is equipment. Equipment must be placed in service. You don't have to pay for it in full, but it has to be in service by December 31st in order to deduct it this year.
Right. And what is that deduction?
If you're using bonus depreciation, for all practical purposes, 100% of the purchase price is deductible.
Yeah. Yeah. And that can actually offset a lot of income that you might have received during the year.
Yeah.
Now, don't spend the money unless you really need the equipment, because, as you mentioned before, it doesn't necessarily save you the amount you spent.
Right. Yeah, and if you're in a low tax bracket, I'd rather pay the taxes and keep the rest of the money in my pocket.
Right, right. So we mentioned that we have a year-end financial checklist for business owners. What's one item on the checklist that most business owners forget until it's too late?
Getting back to reconciling your accounts, make sure your bank account is reconciled and current, and everything's been entered.
Great. So if you want to see a copy of this year-end financial checklist for businesses, please go to our website at nealgroup.net. That's nealgroup.net.